Alright guys, it is Thursday, July 21st, 2022. Today marks day 79 on my deadline to try to get my 55 hardtop ready. Completion, basically. So, trying to finish up that cylinder head today. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have it ported and done today. I got my crankshaft back out. I put it in some degreaser and then rinsed it off and then air blew it. Right now I'm going back with some 1000 grit sandpaper strips and I'm just polishing areas on it. This journal here, this rod journal, and this one, you can see some lines in it. The rest of them are really nice, but this one and this one had some lines in it. So I took some 1000 grit and cut it in a strip and just sit there and, you know, worked it back and forth on there. And it's actually getting it out of there, so I'm pretty happy about that. You know, I'm not removing tons of material there with 1000 grit, you know what I mean? But I'm cutting them into strips, and I got one hand on one side and one on the other, and I'm sitting there just kind of working it back and forth like two lumberjacks with a big long saw and rotating the crank as I go, but it doesn't take much to get them out of there. So anyway, just trying to do this is stuff I'm doing in between waiting on the air compressor to cool down, in between, you know, running the die grinders and stuff. So I got to finish up this entrance area here on this intake port, get this all done right here, but the rest of it I've finished up. So it is, all that's left is doing this, and then this entire intake side on this, and that head's ported, so I'll definitely have it done today. Thank goodness. It's a lot of work doing all that stuff, but anyway. And you guys that watched the videos on me rebuilding the truck engine, I did the entire crank like this, kind of a home polish type of thing. Of course, I went through a few different sizes of, or grades of paper. Spot on the bottom there that's not quite coming out yet. Much better. Alright guys, hopefully this microphone's working. So I got a wireless microphone system. Got a little microphone on my collar here and a transmitter on my hip, and then there's one on the setup for the GoPro. Gets kind of hard to hear me when the GoPro's on a tripod, so we're going to try this out. Hopefully it works. I gotta say, it took me a week or 2 weeks just to figure out that it was the cable, one of the little cables that comes with the kit. It comes with 3 cables. 2 of them look identical, but for whatever reason one of them wouldn't work. So this one seems like it's working. Hopefully. I'll know when I edit the video if I have any sound or not. So hopefully can finish up this head today. It's one of them deals where I'm so tired of porting on cylinder heads at this point, I just find myself not wanting to come out here and work on this, finish this head up. So if I can get it done, it's on to the next. Alright guys, so I pretty much used up a whole can of carb cleaner here, spraying off my main caps and crankshaft and main bolts and all that stuff. So before I throw these in the trash, I always take my spring punch and poke a hole on the very top up here, and that will allow all the air to escape, and then I can throw it in the trash can, and then when the trash truck comes and throws it in the back of the truck and they crush it, it doesn't explode on them. Anytime you punch a hole in the top of a can, make sure the can is upright, don't turn it sideways, because if there's any stuff left in there, it will, see that? It'll try to spray it out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set the crank down in it. All I'm doing is trying to get the crankshaft out of my way for now, so I can get the trash bag back on it to protect it from dust and dirt and stuff. I'll have to go back and do the rear main seal and all that kind of stuff, but for now I just want to lay it in here because I've got it cleaned up and polished and sprayed off and then blown off, and I'm ready to basically get it off the floor and out of the air. I am almost done with this cylinder head. Golly, I've still got more work to do down here, and then I have to finish up these edges down here. I have to use the smaller burr down in there on them edges, but that head is almost ported, and then I get to go through and clean up all the valves and everything on the wire wheel, and then go back and lap everything twice with course and then fine. Yay. All right, the head is ported. This is the last one. I am glad. Golly, that is a lot of work. It's not too bad when you're just doing mild stuff, but when you try to go a little bit further, it kind of sucks. That dude is, it is opened up. I thought it was completely done, and then I went back and calipered that last one I did compared to the one beside it, and it was off just a little bit in one area, so I went back and worked on it some more and got all the transitions nice and smooth. When you stick your finger in there, instead of having that sharp edge, it rolls real nice. So even though they're stock, 882 GM smog junk heads, they're going to flow better than what they did just being put on there, you know what I mean? That was, I would say, a good week worth of porting, because it takes so long to do it, because I have to let my compressor cool down in between running it. Anyway guys, that is it for today. Thanks for watching.